That is a little nuts. All right, so guys, Dr. M3 here in the Superstorm. It's been a while. Whoa. It's been a while since I've done one of these vlogs for you guys. So I figured, why not today? For two reasons. Two things in the news that I want to sort of talk about. One is the new Porsche GT2 RS is now the Nurburgring lap king. Amazing, right? And it did the lap in 6:47.3, 5 seconds faster. 5 seconds faster than the Huracan Performante, which is really cool, but we're going to talk about that in a little bit. And the other thing we're going to talk about is not as cool, is Jake Paul and his brother Logan Paul that are in the news. So let's start with the GT3 RS, because that's just freaking awesome. So as you know, the Lamborghini Huracan Performante had the Nurburgring lap record that they set back last November time frame, I think. And that was a 6:52.01. And as you recall, there's a whole lot of controversy that it couldn't be, Lamborghini lied, it cheated, it did all these sort of crazy stuff, even though it posted the video. And people are like, no, it didn't happen. Now, fast forward, 11 months later, and Porsche did the same thing in the GT2 RS. By the way, I saw that car at Pebble Beach. It is phenomenal. It's an amazing looking car, and I'm not surprised that it put down those kinds of numbers. But there's a little bit of a hypocrisy here, right? And tell me what you think if you don't agree. When the Lamborghini put up its numbers, everybody said it's a lie, there's no way it could have done that, BS, even though the Performante had this amazing tech to do it with, right? And if you haven't seen that video that I talked about it, I'm gonna put it in the card above, so go check it out. But Porsche just reported the numbers today, posted their video, and interestingly enough, some of the very people who were skeptical of the Performante just completely accepted Porsche's number. Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. Well, isn't that the height of hypocrisy? If you're going to say, and they posted video the same way, right? All the telemetry, all that sort of stuff. Lamborghini went so far as to give the raw data to third parties to look at. And they said, yeah, no, it's right. Even the company, Race Logic, looked at it and said, no, the data is there, it's legit, there's nothing, no anomaly, nothing weird about it. And still those people couldn't accept it. Well, I think they have to now because, enough people have looked at it, but there's still people that can't accept that the Performante put those numbers down. And now we have the GT2 RS doing the same thing, 5 seconds. 5 seconds is an eternity for a lap on the Nurburgring, which just blows your mind. So I'm stoked for Porsche because it's a car company that's about racing. And I said in a video recently, it's not, to me, the numbers don't mean anything in and of themselves. It's one measure of something, but it doesn't tell you everything about a car. So to me, it's just another cool number that shows you that, wow, this is pretty awesome. So, I guess I'll put it to you. What do you guys think about this double standard, right? And more importantly, what does it mean for companies like McLaren and Ferrari that the P1 numbers and the LaFerrari numbers are probably destroyed by this GT2 RS. I guarantee you we'll probably never see those numbers from McLaren or Ferrari because I think the GT2, I don't know this for sure, but I'm guessing that if the Performante destroyed the 918 Spider, and that's no slouch, I am going to guess that the LaFerrari and P1 aren't close behind, and they're not like they weren't probably not 5 seconds faster than the 918. So, food for thought. Tell me what you think. Oh my God, these are some great roads. Listen, and I talked about it all the time, that it's not about going fast, right? It's usually, you get some curvy roads and you can go the speed limit, which I'm doing now. This is 35. Oh, and it just sounds awesome. And I'm having fun. The second topic I'm going to talk about is this whole Jake Paul controversy. Now, you know what? I've got to sit down to talk about this, because you have to think about this rationally. So I'm going to cut to a different location where I can think about this and talk about it with you guys. But until then, 30 seconds of awesomeness. Oh. Okay, so that was pretty awesome. So let's talk a little bit about this Logan and Jake Paul video. If you haven't seen it, I'm gonna put a link in a card above so you can watch that video, and a link in the description below. But just to give you a summary, Jake and Logan Paul, huge YouTubers, you know, millions and millions of subscribers, decided they both wanted the Lamborghini Huracan Performante. And it is true that dealers will invite you to go to the factory to see your car being produced, and get a factory tour. We do it all the time. Lots of manufacturers, Ferrari, McLaren, Lotus, you know, BMW, Porsche. Lots of folks tell you you can come over and get a factory tour, and if you can see your car being produced, that's great. But in general, and I've done enough of these to know, you can't take cameras inside the factory. It makes sense. I mean, you know, you can easily get industrial espionage going on all the time. So bottom line, it's not just Lamborghini. So Jake Paul and his brother Logan went to Italy, and there's some stuff that they did before that to me was kind of a bit disrespectful, and I kind of feel ashamed as an American, because when you travel overseas, you are ambassadors of this country, and what you do makes a difference and leaves an impression. So when you travel overseas, you kind of want to make sure that, you know, you're respectful of the culture. Just as if somebody came here, you would want them to be respectful of our culture. Anyway, I don't want to digress, and I don't want to make this political or anything like that. But the bottom line is this, is they go to the Lamborghini factory and they make a big stink, because the factory folks that are there said, yeah, you can get a tour, this is great, but you can't videotape, you can't take pictures. And I've done several factory tours at Lamborghini and other places. You can't do pictures or videos inside the factory. If you're a journalist and it's controlled, there are a bunch of things that, yes, I understand. And Jake is saying that, you know, a huge YouTuber was there shooting everything, but Jake never told us who that YouTuber was. So I don't know how accurate that is, other than the fact that perhaps he's making an excuse. You know, it also begs the question, now that the GT2 RS is the fastest car around the Nurburgring, does Jake Paul still want the Huracan Performante? It looks like Logan no longer wants it, because, you know, his experience has been soured by that experience they had. So if you love the car and you love the brand, really? What do you guys think? But he's pushing and saying, this is BS. I'm gonna, between the two of us, we're spending $1 million. We're being treated poorly. And to be honest, the way I saw what I saw, and it's really only one side because I'm looking at Jake Paul's video alone, I still think that the way he approached it and what he was demanding is almost, it's really selfish, and it's self-centered, and it's whining. Yeah, you're spending a lot of money on these cars for sure, but at the end of the day, and you hear and you see it how I am, stay humble, right? He's throwing a temper tantrum as if the folks at the factory, and they're doing their jobs, right, owe him something because he's spending money. And yeah, there's such thing as customer service and loyalty and all those sort of things. And I think they were willing to give him a tour, but there are just certain things that they can't or shouldn't do. And maybe his dealer told him incorrectly, Jake that is, that he could do all these things. But all of us who are car guys know you can't go to a Ford factory and just walk in with a camera and shoot the entire factory. It doesn't happen. You can't do that with GM. There's no manufacturer that I know of, whether you're a YouTuber or not, famous or not, that you can just walk in and just start recording their entire operation. It doesn't exist. So I want you to go take a look at Jake Paul's video and tell me if I'm off, if there's something. And I know that some of you are maybe fans and you may be mad at me for talking about this, but I want you guys, one of the things I do with you guys is talk to you about motivation and keys to success and all those kinds of things. But at the end of the day, sometimes celebrity or success may go to your head and you become condescending and all those bad things. We've seen it happen to so many people. And I want you guys to never forget where you've come from, your roots, and to be honest, to stay humble. It doesn't cost you anything to be kind to the next person. But that's just my take on this whole situation. I want to hear what you think. Comment below. Tell me what you think, your opinion on this, and frankly, on the GT2 RS, because I am just mind blown by this thing. It's a great car. I think it's going to be hard to get a hold of them, but what the heck? Let's go have some more fun in the Nurburgring, get some drone shots, and call it a day. Thanks again for watching. Be sure to subscribe, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And please, guys, I've noticed that in my stats that a lot of you, and I'm hearing from you, that you're not getting these notifications. So if you are watching this video, go ahead and click the bell for the subscription and actually go notify me when I release a video rather than occasional, because I think that's part of the problem. I'll talk to you in the next video. Here's some really cool drone shots and a montage of the Superstorm. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.